By virtue of our natural and historic right, and on the strength of the resolution of the United Nations General Assembly, we hereby declare the establishment of a Jewish state in Eretz Israel, the State of Israel. Since the UN resolution that led to the establishment of the State of Israel, we have been forced to fight bloody battles for independence and our very existence. The jubilation was short-lived. Relentless wars have been waged against us. Each day is a battle for Israel's security. Each day, reality exacts a heavy price on and within its borders. Wounded IDF soldiers. These people were once courageous soldiers. They braved enemy fire. They were commanders and combat troops who dodged landmines. They were soldiers on the battlefield, pilots, armored corps, and infantrymen who led their soldiers in the battle for Israel's security. They were strong and robust, in the prime of life, when in one split second, the curtain fell. That fateful moment will never be forgotten. First Lieutenant Shmuel immigrated from Ethiopia, enlisted in the IDF Engineering Corps, and became an officer. His bulldozer was hit by a missile. He still dreams of returning to his unit after a lengthy rehabilitation. First Lieutenant Sherry was wounded in a terror attack. She was attending a Passover Seder with her family at the Park Hotel in Netanya. A suicide bomber blew himself up next to her. Her father was killed, her whole family wounded. She sustained serious head injuries and was unconscious for 3 weeks. Her right arm was paralyzed and she's blind in one eye. Once she spoke 5 languages. Now she has to learn to speak all over again. Tal was a brave and respected commander who was seriously injured on the northern border. He'll never be able to speak as before, or to walk. It's better being 3 feet above the ground in a wheelchair than 6 feet under it, isn't it? Sergeant Ronen, a smiling young soldier loved by all, was prepared to do everything to protect Israel's northern communities. In a battle with terrorists, he was seriously wounded by a hand grenade. The terrorists were killed, but Ronen will pay a terrible price for the rest of his life. His mother will never forget waiting in the ICU for each snippet of information about her son's fate, while doctors battled to save his life.
I was sure he died. But I kept saying to the army officer, he won't do this to me. He knows how close I am to him. He can't do this to me. It'll end my life. If he doesn't live, then I won't live. All I did was pray that he remain alive. And that's it. I wanted nothing else. If you let him live, there's nothing else I want. I got him back. There's nothing else I need. Once you get a new chance in life, that's it. One can't ask for more.
After Israel's War of Independence, the Tzahal Disabled Veterans Organization was established to help rehabilitate its casualties. The organization's roles have grown ever longer, with some 50,000 disabled Israelis now under its care. The organization established Beit Halochem centers in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Beersheba. Beit Halochem is a warm home that provides physical and psychological rehabilitation for those wounded while safeguarding Israel's existence and independence. Israel provides medical treatment as well as rehabilitation services and facilities for the victims of war and terrorist attacks, but it cannot provide all the necessary resources and essential professional know-how. At Beit Halochem, disabled veterans enjoy a broad range of athletic and cultural activities, as well as enjoyable leisure time with family, friends, on their own, or with their children, all with a sense of belonging to a larger family. This warm embrace provides encouragement and helps them cope with their injuries. Everyone's in the same boat, all facing the same crisis. They see familiar expressions on the faces around them. All of them know the meaning of suffering, both mental and physical. Suffering that began in that split second that changed their lives and turned them into disabled veterans. Sport plays an important role in rehabilitation. Physical activity restores self-confidence. It improves body movement and control and makes wounded soldiers smile again. Over the years, Beit Halochem has produced champions in various sports, winning international competitions, bringing pride to Israel and the Jewish people. Without the donations and support of Jews worldwide, it's far from certain that we would have been able to enjoy these sounds. The Tzahal Disabled Veterans Fund raises money from Jews around the world, establishing close ties with friends organizations abroad. It upgrades facilities, provides study grants, organizes cultural activities. It supported the very important major project of building Beit Halochem's new facility in Beersheba. Today, it faces an even greater challenge, raising funds to build the 5th Beit Halochem in Ashdod. July 12, 2006. The outbreak of the Second Lebanese War. Hezbollah terrorists attack an IDF patrol on the northern border. 4 soldiers are killed. 2 are abducted. The IDF responds forcefully and the Second Lebanese War erupts. After more than a month of fighting, a ceasefire is declared on the northern front. 119 IDF soldiers have been killed during the war. 44 civilians have died. More than 400 soldiers will remain permanently disabled. A delegation from the Tzahal Disabled Veterans Organization visits the rehabilitation center to encourage the wounded. Meeting the young fighters is moving and difficult, but putting smiles of hope back on their pained faces is crucial. Stories from the battlefield testify to fierce fighting. Paratrooper Aaron Perry was hit by a rocket that severed his leg. He'll never forget the images. The pain is the worst, the kind that makes you want to punch the wall until you feel your fingers breaking, or if there's a gun handy, makes you think about putting a couple of bullets through your head to stop the pain. I never in my life believed that this would happen. I thought it could happen to one of my friends, that someone could be killed. I never thought I'd ever be a disabled IDF veteran. Rafi Falach was blinded by a landmine. He speaks about his daughter, whom he has never seen. It happened after the war, exactly 15 years ago. The nurse came out and said, "You have a little daughter. Regular birth, 4.5 pounds. I suddenly felt embarrassing tears welling up in my eyes, and for the first time since I was injured, I started to cry softly. For the first time since I was plunged into darkness, I wanted so badly to see. Is that too much to ask? Just for a moment, one moment, to see my little girl. God, just once in 15 years. It's nothing for you and such a gift for me. After that, I won't care about being blind to my dying day. Once for a split second, once, and that's it. After all, what am I asking for? Once is not too much to ask. You see other disabled IDF veterans and you understand that you can get there. It puts things in proportion. You see disabled people coming to help you, and it sort of encourages you to continue healing faster and get back to regular life. You can only truly talk about your injury and rehabilitation with someone who's gone through it himself. They make you know that you have a home. We visited Beit Halochem and we came and saw all the activities, the sports, everything. I think I'll go there too. It looks like a home that not everyone, nobody really wants to be in. But when you're there, you understand that It's a place that provides support,
שנותן לך תמיכה,
help,
עזרה,
place filled with people, good people.
אנשים טובים.
כל שנבקש לו יהי, לו יהי